Malaysia juga menghadapi cabaran yang agak getir. Kadar pengangguran di Malaysia adalah di paras 3.9%.
So, isu yang tak settle-settle di Malaysia lagi adalah pengangguran.
Pengangguran meningkat kepada 5.0% pada bulan April 2020.
Mustahil ke kalau kita nak lahirkan usahawan sebenar melalui pendidikan tinggi?
Kalau kita tengok artikel tentang situasi di Malaysia, ada 200,000 graduan yang tak ada kerja.
Disebabkan teknologi yang berubah, perubahan ekonomi, perubahan pemikiran generasi baru, education yang dulu tu mungkin tidak lagi bersesuaian.
Dan mengikut anjuran Jabatan Perangkaan Malaysia pada 14 Mei 2020, kadar pengangguran dijangka akan meningkat.
A marriage, perkahwinan antara traditional learning and kemahiran. Welcome to the revolution.
Good morning. Hey, Fatin, Sufi, Hamida, Farah, Safwan, and Hamiza. Hey, good to see you all again. Today it's going to be a very heavy topic. And it's a topic that I found that nobody taught me in school. If you're wondering what are you talking about today, Adrian, is like, it's a topic about finances and money management. Now, this is not accounting. I'm no expert in accounting. If you want to look for an expert in accounting, go look for this guy called Encik Anas. Encik Anas will tell you everything about accounting, right? This is finance. Actually, I was going around asking myself this question many years ago. It's like, why rich people become richer and we normal people always get poorer? All right, so that was my question many years ago. Why do rich people get richer and normal people get poorer without them knowing it? All right, so I mean, that's it. Yeah, you try to stay awake. Yeah, I still have a lecturer voice, people say, and I can put, the saying, who is more important? The mother is more powerful or the teacher is more powerful? They say the teacher is always more powerful because the mother can only put one kid to sleep at one time. The teacher can put the whole class to sleep at one time. All right. So, but jokes aside, right? So I went around looking at this question. Asking this question, and I came across this guy called T. Half Acre. Don't worry, I'm not selling his program. I'm just sharing what I learned from his program. It's called $1 Million Mind Intensive. I went for a 3-day workshop, so I'm taking whatever I've learned from there to share with you guys. And when I went into the workshop, it didn't sound something like it's out of the world, but he put it in a way in which that it finally made sense to me. What does it mean? He said, if you observe wealthy people, what they normally do is that whenever they get an income, no matter how big or how small, they will automatically segregate it into 6 different jars. And that is what we're going to talk about today. It's about the 6 jars, what T. Half Acre was saying. So I have it in front of me so I can read it out to you. He said that number 1, you have a jar for necessities. Number 2, you need to have a long term. For something that is long term, that means you have to save it for something that you do not foresee in the future. Then you have got 10% you need to put for your own play. Okay, and then 10% is for your own self-education. 10% is about for your financial freedom, and 5% goes out to what we give. Right. The thing is, I mean, like for me, and I think most of my Muslim friends, we actually automatically we give as out of responsibility. Like my Muslim friends will mostly have the zakat, so that could be one jar by itself already. So we can learn how to be disciplined in terms of our money. Now, what I'm going to cover today is really about not wealth management but financial planning. See, what I found is that for me, I am not a very good person in handling finances, right? So some people work for money, rich people make money work for them. That's right, Amir. That's why it is what we normally do. I just took out my iPad just now and I just sign up another forced saving to myself. So whenever whatever income that I get, all right, the first thing is I always put 10% away just for fun. Fun comes first for me. Okay, 10% is for education. Education means books, mentoring, buying audiobooks, signing up for online programs. That's about building ourselves. The other part is 10% that I will stash away immediately for the future. What do I mean by that? Like just now, I just signed before coming online, is that I will force save myself a very small amount only, is about 500 ringgit a month. Basically, I save it every month for 6 years, and I let the money tree grow by itself. And by the time it matures, it gives me at least 2 to 3 times what I've already saved for. So what I realized is I'm not a stock market guy, so I'm not talking about that. But this particular investment fund allows me to grow my money where I do not see it. And I know that in the future, I will have lump sums of money. That's what we call in financial planning. Now, the one thing that I want to talk about is really the 55% that we actually allocate for our necessities. Now, T. Harv Eker says is 55% and 10% goes to your play. What I've been observing throughout the years in the society here is that people, number one, there's a few things they do. They do not know what's necessity and what is play. Correct me if I'm wrong. Play would mean, let's say if you're going to go to Starbucks coffee bean, should it be under necessity or is it under play? So Starbucks coffee bean, necessity or play. Today in the younger generation, I'm not sure how old or how young you guys, all right, is that the younger generations, the millennials, take Starbucks as a necessity. Am I right to say that? And that is something that we kind of like mess up in our brains. Like Hamida's asking, how do I always keep my finances in check? Well, basically, this is what one of my friends does. Cannot mention her name, but she does everything on online banking, and then she has a lot of different accounts. So what did she do is that the moment her income comes in, she will transfer 10% into education, which is another bank account. Then she has transferred another 10% for my play, which is another bank account. Then after she put, okay, my investment account, then my zakat and my tithes and offering into another account. And whatever is remainder, she starts paying the bills. So whenever she wants to go out, whenever she wants to go out and have fun or to have a better meal with her husband or whoever, she would actually withdraw cash from the account that is for play. And therefore, she is very clear that one account is just to pay necessities. That means if she's going to go buy groceries, then she uses the credit card from this bank account per se. So therefore, it becomes better because most of the time, let's face it, before I learned this, what do? Do we save? Answer is no. Do we invest in ourselves? Answer is no. We always say, tak apalah, duit masuk, kita bayar dulu. Okay, we pay for every single thing first. Then, since money just came in, let's go for a nice meal. So we go and eat. Then, think about my daughter. I buy something nice for her. Then tell my son, buy something for her. I wanted to buy a bicycle to ride with them, just buy. Then after that, only whatever remainder, I will save it. But in reality, my friends, how much do we have left? We would always find no money left, isn't it? So that is what it is. Financial planning is about a reversal of the way we think and how we expand out. Those days, I was reading a book the other day about financial planning, and there was this lady. She was about 40 over years old, 50 years old, and they asked the trainer there, I'm 40 over years old, 50 years old coming. I've got no savings. How can I achieve financial freedom? And the trainer just told her, can you save 10 ringgit a day or $10? She was from US. Can you save $10 a day? She said, can. Can your husband save $10 a day? She said, can. Well, what happened after that? So the trainer actually forced her to put away the $10 every single day. And what happened was, after 10 years, she has actually multiplied so much amount of money that she couldn't imagine. All right. So what we are saying here is that sometimes we always think that kita bayar utang dulu, then only we save, which is correct. But until and unless we start with as small as $10 a day or 10 ringgit a day, then you will be able to see multiply. It's like sometimes I go around and tell people, hey, let's do this together. 300 ringgit a month. Wah, 300 ni, banyak ni, tak cukup. I said, good. You smoke. I mean, I've got friends that smoke, right? How many packets of cigarettes do you smoke a day? One packet. How much is a pack of cigarettes? I don't know. They told me 17, 18, 19 ringgit. I said, can you cut down half a packet? I've got friends that say, I cannot save, Adrian. I said, you go to Starbucks twice a day. That's 40 ringgit already in one day. Can you make 3 in 1? You follow what I'm saying? So it's about, sometimes we forget. We have put our play into necessity. She told me, no, Adrian, if without my coffee, I cannot wake up. I said, same here too. 15 years ago, about 15 years ago, I also drink Starbucks and coffee bean like twice a day, 3 times a day. My wife then said, hey, are you mad? Let us go buy a coffee machine. Those days, coffee machine is still very cheap. I think my coffee machine is like 400 ringgit. I'm still using it today. 1 tong of coffee powder is only 20 over ringgit. And I drink for 1 month. So my coffee expense is only 20 ringgit for 1 month. So, hey, Alin. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that if we know how to trim, all right, if we know how to trim our lifestyle, we're automatically being able to invest in certain amount. Because let's put it this way. Like for me, I just put an additional savings, opening a savings investment fund just now with 500 ringgit. But the thing here is this, if I do not put the 500 ringgit in first every single month, I know I will not have my 50,000 at the end of the day extra. Not to say I cannot earn it, I can. But how nice it is, because I told people, I do not intend to speak. I do not intend to work for the rest of my life. Although to me, there's no rest. But when I reach 60, 70, 80 years old, I want money to automatically come to me. And because of my investments along the way, remember, this is only for savings. There's another 10% that you should put in for investment fund. Investment fund, if you have it right now, is actually the best time, because property market, when was the last time the property market boomed? It's been a long time. What we are expecting is the market is going to crash. And now if you have actually invested or started saving early, you can use your cash and therefore being able to rip off a lot of properties at a very low price. And when the market recovers, this is where you get. If you look at buying properties from developers, they are already slashing up 20% of their normal price. So if you buy that, automatically when the market recovers, you already earn 20% gains. So how's that? So money management is something that you really cannot wait till tomorrow. My urge is, whoever's listening out today, is that start today. When I was 19 years old, I remember I started by opening up my wallet, take 10 ringgit out, put in a drawer, and don't touch it for the rest of the month, right? And see how much you can actually save. So that's one way to start. Or put it in a bank account where you don't have an ATM card. That's another way, because when money is convenient, we tend, tak apalah, guna dulu. Next month, I try to put back. How many of us actually put back the money? You know it deep inside you, right? So if you want to know how to generate more money, ping me, as I said, leave it in a comment or wherever you see it for, or search me out on the internet. I'll be more than happy to share with you. No matter how small it is, we can help you grow the money in a very structured format and very safe. Don't worry, I don't do MLMs and all that kind of stuff. To me, it's just about sharing. So remember, guys, when your money comes in, no matter how big, if you're doing business, how big or small, this little paycheck, always remember, first thing is put 10% away for your playtime, because you need to reward yourself. If not, there's no such thing as to work, pay bills. Then ultimately you don't feel motivated. So pay yourself first for your play. All right. Always put 10% in for your long-term investment. All right. For your future endeavors. So therefore you get enough cash. Put 10% in for your future bonuses. Okay. That's investment as well. And then put 10% in terms of your education. All right, and then remember your 5 to 10% your zakat as your responsibility, and then finally always focus on the necessities. All right, so remember, necessities and your play is always different, and then you make sure you are very clear what is play and what are your necessities. All right, so that's all for me today, and till tomorrow, where we talk about another very interesting topic as to how do we build great attitudes. All right, till tomorrow, guys. See you. Have fun. And take action today. Bye.
Malaysia juga menghadapi cabaran yang agak getir. Kadar pengangguran di Malaysia adalah di paras 3.9%.
So, isu yang tak settle-settle di Malaysia lagi adalah pengangguran.
Pengangguran meningkat kepada 5.0% pada bulan April 2020.
Mustahil ke kalau kita nak lahirkan usahawan sebenar melalui pendidikan tinggi?
Kalau kita tengok artikel tentang situasi di Malaysia, ada 200,000 graduan yang tak ada kerja.
Disebabkan teknologi yang berubah, perubahan ekonomi, perubahan pemikiran generasi baru, education yang dulu tu mungkin tidak lagi bersesuaian.
Dan mengikut anjuran Jabatan Perangkaan Malaysia pada 14 Mei 2020, kadar pengangguran dijangka akan meningkat.
Marriage, perkahwinan antara traditional learning and kemahiran. Welcome to the revolution.